My Safety Training Online presents Back Safety. How significant are back injuries? What's the latest OSHA statistics? What OSHA laws applied? What at-risk behaviors for your back? The significance of the L5-S1 disc. The Great Tomato Herniated Experiment. Back statistics and back injury costs. A discussion of the L5-S1 disc. Dangerous back situations. Various lifting techniques. The NIOSH, National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, weighs in on back injury prevention. Back injuries are the nation's #1 workplace safety problem. Preventing back injuries is a major workplace safety challenge. According to Bureau of Labor Statistics, more than 1 million workers suffer back injuries each year, and back injuries account for 1 in every 5 workplace injury or illness. In each state, sprains or strains of the back are still the most common injury, accounting for more than 5,000 claims out of 25,000 claims. The cost can be as much as $12.68 per second. Remember, the direct costs for employees for strains and sprains of the back are only 1/4 of those of the total costs. Here we can see a close-up of the L5-S1 disc and the human spine. Low back stress occurs in many tasks requiring bending or straining. Imagine placing a tomato in between the palms of your hands and applying pressure with both hands. It is well within our abilities to apply enough force to cause the tomato to burst. The results in being done on your back would be much quicker and happen with much less warning, as the Great Tomato Herniated Experiment. The compressive forces of the L5-S1 disc are a function of the following: the weight of the upper extremities exerting force on the spine, the posture of the upper body from the erect posture, the weight of the load and the location of the load in front of the body. Twisting in the middle of a lift amplifies the negative results on your forces of the lower back. Cumulative trauma is appropriate to note that there would be a discussion about the effects of repeated application of force to various areas of the body. Part 3, lifting techniques to protect your back. Here we can see depicted is a diagonal lift, with the individual starting with his load very close to his body and on the floor, and subsequent progressions to the upright position. Slide 14 shows how keeping the weight close to the body removes the excessive amount of pressure on the spine. As you can see, 10 pounds when lifted a distance from the body puts up to 100 pounds worth of pressure on the spine. Here we can see the power lift as demonstrated, with the arms very close to the body, along with the load and a gradual lifting using the legs and not the back. Lifting is to raise from the lower to a higher level. The range of the lift can be from the ground to as high as you can reach with your hands. Lowering is the exact opposite of the lifting activity. Pushing and pulling. Pushing is to press against with force in order to move an object. The opposite is to pull. Here we can see twisting as applied to lifting in the act of moving the upper body to one side or the other, while the lower body remains in a relatively fixed position. Twisting can take place while the entire body is in a state of motion. Carrying. Having an object in one's grasp or attached while the act of moving. The weight of the object becomes part of the total weight of the person doing the work. Holding. Having an object in one's grasp while in a static body position. Anytime you find yourself doing one of the following, you could injure your back. Part 5. Danger zones for your back. Danger zone number 1 for your back. Heavy lifting, especially repetitive lifting over a long period of time. Danger zone number 2 for your back. Twisting at the waist while lifting, using a shovel or moving objects from one location to another while the feet remain in a position, for example. Danger zone number 3 for your back. Reaching and lifting, over your head, across a table, from the back of a truck or trunk of a car. Danger zone number 4 for your back. Lifting or carrying objects that have an odd shape or are awkward, like carrying a typewriter. Danger zone number 6 for your back. Working in poor body positions or in uncomfortable positions. Tasks that require you to bend over for long periods of time, such as kneeling, gardening, sorting, or packing. Danger zone number 7 for your back. Sitting or standing too long in one position. Sitting can be very hard on the lower back. Danger zone number 8 for your back. Slips and falls. It is possible to suffer a serious back injury from slipping on wet floors or ice as a result of a trip and fall. Part 6. Steps to protect your back. Avoid lifting and bending whenever possible. Mechanize the operation at all costs. Place the object off the floor whenever you know that you or someone else will be lifting the object later. Put it on a table or other elevated surface instead of on the floor. Lower and raise shelves. Store objects between knuckle and shoulder height. The heaviest object should be stored at waist level. Follow these steps when lifting to protect your back before the lift begins. Take a balanced stance with your feet and shoulder width apart. It's okay to put one foot behind the object or the other next to it. Squat down, but keep your heels off the floor. On the balls of your feet, get as close as you can to the object. Use your palms, not just your fingers, to get a secure grip on the object. Make sure this object will hold and you will not have to switch your grip later. Step 4 to a safe lift. Lift slowly without jerking, using your leg, abdominal, and buttock muscles to keep your load as close as possible to you. Step 5 to a safe lift. Once you are standing, do not twist when you change positions. Point your feet in the direction you want to go, then turn your whole body. Do not twist with the object while you are walking. Step 6 to a safe load. Lower the load or place the object using the same guidelines in reverse. The National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health has tips for a healthy back. Body management. It is important to be aware of your body position at all times and to know your body's limitations. Stretch first. Take the time to stretch your muscles before starting if you know that you're going to be doing anything that may be hard on your back. Slow down. Take it slow while you're doing a lot of heavy repetitive lifting. Allow recovery time between lifts. Don't overdo it. Rest your back. Take micro, short breaks frequently. Stretch after each lift. When you know that you'll be working in an awkward position for a long time, plan on taking 1-minute stretch breaks every so often to avoid stiffness and soreness. Get in shape. Strengthen your stomach muscles. Lose weight if you're overweight. Increase your flexibility. NIOSH suggests that work practices for manual lifting should be reviewed, employing an equation using a horizontal location, vertical travel distance, and lifting frequency. Back safety summary. Get in shape. Plan your lift. Never twist or turn while lifting your load. Lower the load the same way you lifted. Keep the load as close to your body as possible and get help or use mechanical devices whenever you can.